Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we are going to be continuing on with our Waterloo project in 28mm. Okay, so I've got 3 light battalions that I need to finish for the Quatre Bras battle, but those are also going to be used in the first battle of Waterloo as well. All right, so I've got my little cheat sheet here, and I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. But there's the 3 battalions, and I wanted to kind of just tell you a little bit about them as I have started painting them today. I have in a previous video you would have seen me do the 1st and 2nd Battalion of the 4th Regiment done with front rank miniatures, and they were their year was probably 1812 and not the 1815. So what I did was I made a 3rd battalion using Perry miniatures and trying to get kind of the same feel. Okay, so you'll notice that I got the, I don't know, if I bring them too close to the camera, you probably won't be able to see them, but you can see their pom-pom plumes are the really long plumes, and I don't have them wearing greatcoats. So that is exactly the same as the front rank models. Now, the grenadiers, or the chasseurs, I have them with bear skins, just like the front rank models. And then here's kind of a tricky, the Voltigeurs, I have them with the Busby hats, right? They're the fur skin Shakos or whatever. The Busby, and it's got the flap on the side and the tall plume. I had to get those. I got these heads from Warlord Games chasseur models. The chasseurs that I had additional heads, at like 4 different styles of heads, and they had these, so I grabbed those for the Voltigeurs. And then as you probably already know, I have a ton of command models from front rank. I bought about a dozen of them actually, with sapper, standard bearer, drummer, and officers. I got a bunch of different ones from different styles. So I grabbed the ones like this guy's got a tall, he has a plume. He doesn't have the spiky type plume, but this model actually came from the kit that I created the first 2 battalions out of, because they came with 25 models and 2 standard bearers. So I was actually able to scavenge one of those standard bearers, bring it over here, and he's got that tall plume. So that'll be the 3rd battalion of the 4th. And as you can see, I already primed them blue, then I applied a overcoat of true blue, and then I painted with bronzed flesh for the skin tone. And that's as far as I've gotten with these guys. I just started painting these tonight, maybe an hour ago, before I decided I wanted to go ahead and make a video showing you the things that I do for you. No, I'm doing it all for me. But what I'm basically saying is these bear skins I got from Perry. The torsos are all Perry, and the chasseur hats, the Busbies, those are actually Warlord chasseur heads that I kit bashed onto these guys. And then a few of these front rank standard bearers with the one standard bearer that I got from the light unit. Okay. Now I've got two other battalions that I primed black, and the reason why I prefer priming black to any other color, mainly because of a couple of different reasons. It draws the colors down and makes them look a little more rustic, ruddy. What's another R word? Rough. No, I don't know. Yeah, it basically darkens the color. So like when I paint my blues and my fleshes on black, it'll be a darker color. Do I need to, but I also use another technique called black shadowing, which in the old days, it used to be called black lining, but it's more of a shadow. And what it is when there's a transition from one color to another, let's say the collar of the sleeve transitions to the flesh color, this little line right there is going to be black. Now, in this case, you can actually see a black line. On the models, if you paint the flesh right up against the collar, let's say the cuff is red, so you got a red cuff and then you have a flesh right up against each other, the transition between red and flesh might disappear. So what you do is you paint with a little bit of a gap, and that gap allows for the black line without having to go back and paint it a second time and draw a line. Instead of drawing that line, you just paint with a gap, and what's under the gap is going to be the primer color, which is black. So it basically creates the black line for yourself. If you ever miss a spot or accidentally, like I'm painting the backpack and I accidentally forget to paint one of the straps or whatever, well, that's fine. It'll just be a black stripe or strap. Also, with the shakos and the bear skins and the boots and the ammo pouches, those are all going to be black anyway, so I can just avoid painting those and leave them the primer color. It basically speeds up my painting process tenfold. It basically makes the black lining situation a lot easier. It darkens the colors up, and anything that needs to be black is already black. All right. Okay, now these two sets, the Fusiliers, which are the standard light Joes, are all Warlord models, right? I got them primarily from the Waterloo kits that I bought. And then I basically just gave them the little short dimpled pom-poms shakos, which you get more than enough if throughout all your sets to do enough heads. But when it came to the elite companies for both of these battalions are actually Victrix models. The Victrix models were from the Young Guard models and from 99. Well, I think they're all from the Young Guard. They're from the Young Guard, and half of them have the bearskins, and the other half has the tall plumed shakos. Now, before you get crazy, the heads on the heads on the Victrix torsos are all Perry, because I thought personally the Perry bearskinned hats with plumes look way better than the Victrix bearskins that didn't have plumes. They basically had like oilskin covers, which is okay, or some with plumes, but the faces didn't look right, and the rate, not the ratio, I guess it's kind of the ratio, the size comparison of the heads just seemed to be a little bit off. So I went with the Perry heads on the Victrix torsos. And these are, okay, well, at least the Warlord ones that came out had all have the greatcoats, because every one of the plastics in the Waterloo box set is greatcoats. So my Victrix Young Guard are all wearing greatcoats. Okay, now I use a lot of the Young Guard as elites in other battalions because the uniform's the same. Okay, so that's those guys. Now these guys don't have the Busbies because I only wanted that one regiment to have all the Busbies. These are actually 1815, this good old. And the command stand, which is these three models, are all front rank. And these are the front rank guys that I took out of my sets. And this guy's got a coat on, and that's it. Now this grenadier here is basically just an extra grenadier. He could be the sapper or anything. I just don't have an axe for him, so he's not carrying an axe. But this bearskin hat comes from another Perry set, probably the Elites, because its bearskin looks a little bit different than these bearskins, and it has a lot of detail on it. I was super happy. No, wait, I take it back. This bearskin is a Warlord bearskin, because that's a Warlord torso. That's right. This was all Warlord. And those bearskins from Warlord are probably the best looking bearskins. Okay, I got one more battalion. Also prime black. Okay, so the Fusiliers, they're all the same. Those are all Warlord. And I did wind up using a few of the soft caps in this battalion, just to change things up. I think I used 3 of them. Nothing too crazy. Just one per stand here, one per company. Okay, now these are again the elite companies. They're also Victrix bodies using Perry heads. You got the bearskins. You've got the plumes for their shakos. And then this is the metal front rank command, and this is the second standard bearer that was extra from my light battalions that I did on those two. And then I got this drummer with his back. Now these guys have the coats on, and then you've got an actual sapper. So couple of things on these. I built some horns. I got a horn on this one and a horn on the other one. And then I have in this battalion, I have the elite companies. Each company is going to have its own little flag. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, its own little flag being carried on his musket. That's the light company, and then this would be the Grenadier company, but you'll notice he's also got a flag. Going through my battalions, one battalion shows those flags, one per company, where that other battalion doesn't show those flags, so I didn't create them. I did create a horn, though, for those guys in the lights. All right, well, that's it. I fully expect, I'm only painting this one battalion. I've decided I'm going to paint these two battalions together separately. I'm going to paint this battalion here and actually finish the 4th Regiment. And I'm probably going to be able to finish this tomorrow. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock this one out. Then I will take on these other 2 battalions. I just wanted to get them ready to go. I actually had plans to paint all 3 of them at the same time, but I talked to myself out of it because I know my mentality. When I have too many figures on the table, I tend to put things off and I don't paint them. If I only have 1 battalion or maybe 2 battalions, then I'm more motivated to go ahead and attack these and get these painted. I suspect it'll only take me 1 day to get these guys painted, and then I'll have to come back with these other 2 battalions. It might take me 3 days, 2 or 3 days to get them painted. So when I get, either when I get this unit painted or when I get all 3 of these units painted, I will be back. Once I get these painted okay, I'll probably do this. When I get these guys painted as the 3rd Battalion and I get them all flagged up and everything, I think I'm going to bring them out and compare them to the front rank units that I've already completed, just to show you that these Perry models and the front rank models and even the Victrix models all work together pretty well. All right, that's all I wanted to talk to you about, and I will see you in the next video.